Shout out to Reconnect on Twitter for sending me this story, and this is a straggtales story coming out of Florida. And this is a tragedy, a big tragedy at that. And I can already tell by looking at this person's picture that they are in the academy. That is not a guy that you see in the picture. This person's name is Talia Jefferson, and this individual fatally beat a 3-year-old boy to death with a tire iron. Let's get into it. A Florida woman who was caring for a 3-year-old boy confessed to fatally beating him with a tire iron as he brushed his teeth. Talia Jefferson, aged 23, was arrested on Tuesday on charges of murder and aggravated battery in the boy's death a day earlier, the Tallahassee Democrat reported. Jefferson, who lived with Tyler, his 6-year-old brother, and one of their parents, court records show, first told investigators he fell off a sink while brushing his teeth, hitting his head on the toilet. But the boy's extensive injuries, including severe cuts to his face and hands, as well as bruises on his arms and legs, were not consistent with Jefferson's version of events, court records show. Well, of course not. You got to think about this. Who would really believe that a boy fell and bumped his head from brushing his teeth, and then when you look at the boy's conditions, that all of that happened? Unless he fell off of a stool and then started tumbling down the stairs and then rolled out into the street and got ran over by a car. Jefferson, who says she's in a relationship with the victim's parent, later admitted to investigators that she attacked him after ordering him to get off the sink. His refusal to climb down when told angered her, an arrest report states. Jefferson said that she walked into the bedroom and retrieved the tire iron from a toolkit. She did all of that because the little boy did not obey her little command. That's what set her off, because the little boy didn't listen to her. Well, that's fine, because I'm very sure where she's going to have hands put on her and feet. Jefferson then went back to the bathroom, tossed the tire iron at the boy, hitting him in the side of the face. Jefferson allegedly admitted to hitting the boy with the tire iron several times, including after he tried running away and recalled seeing blood spray from his body during the onslaught. She then hid the object outside the home. The boy had likely died before Jefferson showed up at a hospital with him, as she told police he was unresponsive at the time. The child, who was in Jefferson's care, was pronounced dead 6 minutes after arriving at the Tallahassee Memorial Hospital with severe trauma to his face and head. The boy's body temperature at the time was 88 degrees, the newspaper reported, so he started turning cold. The staffers at the hospital contacted police regarding the boy's suspicious death, department officials said. During the investigation, probable cause was developed to charge the victim's caretaker in this case for hitting the child with an object, resulting in death. Jefferson's first court appearance on Wednesday was continued until Thursday so her attorney can attend the proceeding. She remained jailed without bond at the Leon County Detention Facility, the Tallahassee Democrat reported. Well, they got that one right because, like I say, in cases like these, they do not need a bond. Now, the boy, like I stressed earlier, didn't follow a simple command that she gave, and that was enough to tick her off that she went into the other room and got a tire iron and beat him to death with it. If y'all know what a tire iron looks like, you know that even with one swipe with all your force could render someone unconscious, or at least leave one hell of a bruise. Maybe even give a concussion. And she did this to a 3-year-old boy. So it didn't take much for her to do this, but they said she hit him several times to the point where you saw blood splatter off of his body. That means she broke skin. She probably got down to the flesh. I wouldn't be surprised if she got to the bone, because he's a little boy, so his body is still developing. He didn't have all of his strength. Now, anyone can tell, like I said, that this person is in the academy, and they said that they were in a relationship with this clearly other woman. I would like to hear what the mother has to say, the mother of the boy. Because clearly she was in a toxic relationship. I wouldn't be surprised if she could do all of this to this child. Could she have also been beating on her partner? And what of the other boy? Because they said there was another boy there, a 6-year-old. Was she abusing that child too? You got to ask these questions, because I don't believe for one single solitary second that this chick who took a tire iron and beat a little 3-year-old boy to death could possibly this even be their first time or their first ride at the rodeo for being this much of a savage. I'm almost 100% sure that this is not the first time they have done something in the category of domestic abuse, whether it's to her partner or to those kids. Because I don't know what would really set someone off to do something like that. Clearly she has some issues, but you know what? Maybe she can figure them out wherever the hell wherever it is that she's going. But I offer my condolences to the family of that little boy, because he didn't deserve that. I can only imagine the pain of having to get hit with a tire iron several times. Well, first off, I don't even want to imagine that kind of pain. And he didn't stand a chance because he was in the middle of brushing his teeth. So she basically caught him by surprise. The minute she hit him one time, that was it. And because he's so small, his feet can only go but so fast. And I'm sure he was probably disoriented, because they said one time she threw it at him. And then the other time she just picked it up and just started going in on him. Like, you know how when you was a kid and if your mother or your dad used the belt on you, that's what she started doing, but with a tire iron, a blunt metal object that's supposed to be used on an automobile part. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments.